What's up, everybody? We're back with episode 6 of the Missing Experience podcast. We are here with your co-host, Hannes, and of course, you're joined with your host, 95 Gonzo. And today, we have a super special guest by the name of Hypvisuals, aka Ariel, right?
Yes, sir.
What's up, my brother?
Thanks for
Welcome
having
to
me,
the
guys.
podcast. So how's your day been, man?
It's been pretty good so far. Like, I've been chilling, sitting,
Chilling,
doing nothing, bro.
fun.
Quarantine stuff.
Same thing for us, man. Talking about quarantine though, like how's COVID-19 for you? How's COVID-19 like been for you? Like,
Honestly, it's been a blessing and a curse, cause you know, I've had a lot of like self thoughts and all that stuff. Like being alone, like makes you think of basically your mental state and all that stuff. Makes you want to do like some self-reflection and all that shit. So that's what I've been pretty up to lately.
That's good, man. But getting off to this conversation, so you know, obviously we go back like in high school. Like,
Yeah.
I've known you probably since like grade 9, I think.
Grade 9. I remember you meeting you with Ben Sheba.
Yeah, Chiva. And then we had do you remember we had like an Instagram group chat called like A Squad?
I
We used to go
remember
to the
that,
Y.
bro.
And I still have this like selfie you took in a mirror, and like you're flexing your abs. I was holding one of these.
That was a long time ago. I was a skinny guy back then.
You guys getting big now, eh?
I try,
But,
bro. I try.
But yeah, you know, we go back in time, so we obviously, me and you, we know a little bit about each other. But for the
Yes, sir.
viewers that don't know anything about you, what is your name, your age, what is your occupation? Just tell them what you do.
All right, so my name is Ariel. I go by at Hypvisual on Instagram. So basically, I do photography and videography, freelancing and all that stuff. I'm not doing it full time as stuff now, but I'm trying to be. I want to be at that point and stuff. And you know, 19 years old.
19 years old.
Yes, sir.
Dang. So obviously, like right now, would you consider photography like your passion, or would you want to like, is this just like something like a quick hobby on the side?
Definitely my passion, because I know I try to say it like as an hobby only, but I've realized that I've been doing this since I was 10 basically. I was just looking through my Facebook stuff that I had like a camera since like 2011 and stuff.
Dang.
So it's been a while. The only thing that realized me to like pursue it is because like I'm getting really pretty good at it, so why not like make a good use of it, right?
Do you low-key get like offended when people are like, oh, it's just a hobby? Like, are there people that like doubt you and
Not
stuff?
really, because I started with like that thing as a hobby, right?
Yeah.
But I got it like, I guess I went like pretty serious with it like during like grade 11 all that stuff, when I got my first actual camera. Because I remember when I was a kid, like grade 11 all this stuff, grade 11, not like 11 years old, I was using my uncle's for fun. Just take pictures whenever we go out and all that stuff. And I think it was 2017 when I bought my first camera. I think it's a T5i. I remember that too.
T5i.
T5i. I bought it just so I could like document all my art stuff, because we're going to Banff with my family and all that. And that sparked it for me. That's when I realized, like, you know what, I could do this for a living. Yeah, and till this day I'm still doing it.
That's crazy.
It's definitely
man.
cool. Like videography, I think videography specifically, like the limitations are like endless. You can do almost anything with you
Yeah,
want, as much
basically.
editing as you want.
So kind of going back to like the COVID thing, like for me and Ons, like it's affected us like not business or like, you know, like academic wise, but like more like personally, because we can't meet up with friends and not like that. So it's just like it's not a very big deal for us, but like for you, like as a photographer, like you had clients and stuff, like you're working with people, you're making money too, right?
Yeah.
And did COVID-19 definitely like affect that kind of like business wise?
Oh, definitely, because the beginning of April, the beginning of quarantine, I was supposed to go to LA like around April.
Damn.
LA.
Yeah, to basically be with the TSF. I don't know if you guys know them.
TSF?
TSF,
What's TSF?
Like Fortnite TSF?
no, not Fortnite TSF.
Oh,
but,
okay,
like,
okay.
Oh, TSM or TSF?
TSF.
Oh, I thought you meant TSM. Like,
Oh, like the team.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
What's TSF?
No. TSF Worldwide, basically, it's like a group of guys that are doing like their own thing. like I was supposed to go there with Mikael. TSF
Oh, no, it's
3Z.
Marcus's brother?
Yeah, that's
That's the TSF.
Kate and
okay,
Marcus' brother. Yeah, so I was supposed to go them out. Yeah, go to LA with them, but that thing got canceled because COVID, and yeah, I was supposed to travel like a lot this year, but obviously everything's gonna like.
I feel like a lot of people had something planned, but like it all
Yeah.
went to crap. Like me and him were supposed to travel. You were supposed to travel.
I was
and
I was supposed to go hard this year because I was like, you know what, yeah, there's nothing to do like this summertime anyways and all that, so like.
So
That
did you
sucks, man.
push it to the next summer? Or is it for like
As of right now, we don't know what's gonna happen because
you're just waiting it out?
yeah, we're waiting it out because you know how like they said that like the COVID thing's gonna be gone by April,
Yeah.
but you like
Not
it's-
even close.
Here we
man.
are like 5 months later. It's the same.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's already like what, July, right?
It's
It's
August in like what, like a week maybe.
Oh my god, I'm not even keeping count.
Yeah, dude, the
been-
summer went by too fast.
It's been almost 5 months.
Yeah, that's crazy.
and we haven't even seen the end, right?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
5 weeks left or less of summer,
summer?
and then everything's
Exactly. But I'm not ready to go
Damn,
back to
bro.
school. I don't want to go
It's
I'm
back.
not
going
trying to go
by
back to
quick.
school, man.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go back.
when it gets back, like
First week of September, like 5th, 6th maybe. Something
I'm
like that.
probably back like
you
first
guys
week
still
of
have
September.
time, but
We have time,
that's
but
that's pushing it, bro.
nothing can mentally prepare you to go back to school. It's
It's
always
hard.
bad.
Sucks,
It's
man.
hard. You
So
don't have
like,
enough time.
speaking of like school, like what do you do during like during the academic time, like September to June?
September to June, I've been doing so I've been working full time at a different job,
Okay.
and I'm doing part time like photography and videography.
So where are you working
wise.
full time? Like, is it like related to photography or
Uh,
unrelated?
definitely not. I'm working at e-commerce company, so they do drop shipping
Oh.
and stuff.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep into that,
okay, yeah.
but yeah,
But you know, like we were talking about the TSF stuff earlier.
yeah.
How did you get involved in that kind of like with that friend group?
Well,
TSF.
well, basically it's connections, right? I've been friends with Kate and Marcus like since high school, since grade 9, basically, and they basically put me on. Like like their brother noticed my work, and so that's when it started with them. Like my connections with them is basically with Kate and Marcus.
Damn.
They invited me to like do this kind of like video stuff for the group, and like ever since then I've been their like photographer, videographer.
So what does TSF do? Is it like a modeling agency or something?
Not really a modeling agency, basically like a collective of people that like they do like any creative side of the, I guess like their branch is more like artists and all that stuff.
Okay, okay. So it's like a collective of people.
Yeah, collective of people that does like all different stuff.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so me and Ariel, like I don't think I really like I knew of you in high school,
I've
but I don't think we ever
I've
like
seen you around, but like
yeah, cause like I think in grade 11 I started hanging out with Joseph a lot, cause in the beginning I was kind of with Marcus, cause me and Marcus we actually ran track together.
yeah, I know you
So
guys
that's
are in the same
I
team.
kind of saw you there, but other than that I just knew of you. And then there was this one other person that was always tagging you, or you were tagging them in Instagram posts. I think it was it's a girl, I think.
Which one is it?
Felice.com, I think.
Oh, Felice.
Felice.
Yeah.
I always remember seeing that in like Semi and stuff. She was always the one taking. Is it a girl or a guy?
It's a girl.
She's a girl.
It's a girl,
Felice.
because I could never really tell who it was.
Shout out
'cause-
Felice one time.
Yeah, so.
I like her
remember seeing
work,
that.
bro.
Where's she nowadays? Like,
Like lately I haven't been talking to her.
oh, okay, okay.
Uh,
I feel like there was some kind of like, there was some drama back in like grade 11, 12. I feel like
oh
between her and someone else from our school.
I don't know about that, but I remember about the Oakville shooters. Like they made a group, and like everyone had beef with everyone back then. I don't know, for some reason. I think it's all about the rooftopper scene, and like this stuff. I don't know. It was a long time. I don't think I even remember it.
Oh, okay.
But taking it back to like photography, what would you say like your style is like in terms of like shooting it? Would you like, do you shoot more portraits, more wildlife, more like urban stuff?
Back in the day, I was a little bit of everything because I was still like trying to find my style.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I excelled most was portraits. Basically, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been like progressing at lately, and yeah.
Is there, when you first started photography, like when you first picked up that camera and stuff, did you have anyone like you kind of looked up to? Because for me, like I'm a video guy, right?
Yeah.
When I first started, I watched I don't know if you know, but his name is Casey Neistat.
Yeah,
He's a
I
vlogger
watch
from,
those guys.
vlogger from New York City. And I got a lot of my motivation from that guy. Like I liked how, you know, like he composes shots.
Yeah.
I liked his editing style. I liked everything. So like when I first started, I really learned off him and just kind of like sucked everything up. So is there someone in particular that you kind of looked up to like when you first started?
I know one guy that I've been inspired of lately is Volandis, and obviously like local photographers like Phillies, the 97. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a shooter for Roy Woods and basically all that, and he's from Oakville too, actually.
That's good.
Yeah, I find inspirations from local artists and like photographers that I meet basically. But as of like famous photographers, I love obviously Peter McKinnon.
That guy's a
Like Samuel Elkins. Like I watch all those stuff like, and lately I've been getting into like film photography. So I don't know if you guys know William Verbeek or something.
No, I don't know.
He's on YouTube. He does like film stuff too. He's really good.
Do you watch Sam Calder?
Sam Calder.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to like follow his like teal and orange look.
Yeah, I think everyone followed that look.
I was at that one point. I remember when I was like really into like videography. That's all I know. Like I used to just do teal
Slap
and
on that
orange.
teal and orange. Automatically you're Sam Calder.
And they would be like, "Yo, this should be good," and add
Exactly.
those like crazy transitions
Yeah.
that they do. I used to follow them, bro.
I did that too, man. But me and you, like, I feel like we're in a similar field of, you know, like visual,
Yeah.
like working in the visual kind of field, and especially working for us, like especially photographers and videographers for us, it's important to kind of like not follow the same path that everybody takes. Like, you know, like, if people looked up to Sam Calder,
Yeah.
everybody would follow the teal and orange look. Everybody would do the same, like, you know, like the transitions and stuff.
That's true.
But I feel like what made him special is that he was the one that kind of separated himself out of that path and just made something different. Like, so like, what do you think? Do you think in any way like you kind of like you differentiate from like the rest of the photographers?
That's really hard for me to answer because sometimes I don't do like some self reflections with my work and stuff, and for me, what the photographers that inspires me, I try to like grab a little bit of something from them, and then put it in my style.
Yeah.
So like, I guess I do have like a specific kind of style, like personally, but some people won't like recognize that, right? Because people might think I'm copying this, copying that, but it's just like I'm getting inspired from these artists and all that stuff.
I mean, eventually you have to grow and you develop your own style.
You develop your own style,
because it
but
takes
like
time, right?
yeah, it really takes time.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to like just follow trends, you know how like the teal and orange, all that stuff, and I used to be into like rooftoping back in the day too. So like
Who'd you rooftop with?
Dominic actually.
Oh, Dominic.
Dominic
Did
put
he
me
get you
on
into
that.
it, or did you get him into it?
No, he got me into it.
He got
I
you.
wasn't really into those kind of scene too, but you know like I was really like exploring my niche and all that stuff when it comes to like photography. So I was like, yeah, why not do it?
That's cool, man.
But obviously it wasn't for me. I was more into like portraits and stuff, really.
Yeah.
So how long did you rooftop for?
I was doing it casually, like actually.
Oh,
I wasn't
casually.
really like shooting a lot when I used to like do that, cause you know how like rooftopers do, like they go to the same spots and get like the same shots every time. I don't want to like just do that, right?
It's hard to get to the top of some of the buildings.
Yeah, sometimes like it's more like an accolade to like, oh, I've done this building and all that stuff.
Do you have any crazy stories from like rooftoping? Maybe like getting like arrested or something like?
I remember when I used to try it alone. I didn't know what I was going into because I thought it was just like, oh, just it's the door's open,
Yeah.
right? But I remember I hit up this one spot in Toronto, and I was going by myself. I thought it was open because we hit the same rooftop like just a few days ago.
Yeah.
And turns out the guy was already waiting for me upstairs. So I had to I was walking up like using the stairs, right? It's because you don't want to be so sus that they can check the camera, just like this guy's going to the top floor for nothing, right? And yeah, so I was going up, and this guy was waiting for me at the top floor.
Holy
So I had to run down, and he started chasing me. It turns out he went to the elevator and just waited me downstairs. I'm like, yo, you know what?
So why didn't you take the elevator down then?
I can't, because they can shut it down, right?
Oh,
And
that's
just
true.
take me down.
I mean, like, would they really do that for a rooftop or shut down the elevators?
They would.
Yeah, I think
Actually,
they would.
because that's
Oh,
trespassing, right?
serious? Oh, true.
It's really it's really illegal.
So what happened? Like, if he was waiting down, what happened then?
I basically got booked, but the guy that caught me was a pretty good guy. Didn't find me right away. He just said like, just don't do it ever again on this building and all that stuff. And after that, I don't think I've ever done it.
Oh, like, did you get too scared, or were you just like, nah, this isn't for me?
No, I think it's like, well, basically that too.
So you got scared.
I got scared. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's like this YouTuber I watch. His name's Nicescape, and he also does a lot of rooftoping.
I've watched that guy too.
Yeah, and like there's one, like there's a video that he made. I think it was a Q&A, and somebody asked like, how do you get away with, like, let's just say you're taking pictures or videos
Yeah.
at the top, and a security guard come catches you, and like they're like, yo, give me your SD card or something like this, right?
Yeah.
And somebody asked like, how do you get away with that? So I'm pretty sure it was him. He brings like 2 SD cards, one empty
Yeah.
and one with all the pictures.
I think he slapped it on the thing before going away.
This guy, so he would take all the pictures and videos that he needs. He'd take the SD card out, put it in his shoe,
Yeah.
and then
I was
put
gonna
another
say.
SD card. So he would get away with all the pictures and stuff.
So, like, is it illegal to take pictures at the top?
Not like, that's not the legal part. The thing is like, you're not supposed to like be there, right? Because it's
So
too
I
scary.
guess it would promote it, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
if the
Yeah.
pictures get it, then people are like, oh, this is an easy building to get to the top to.
Yeah.
So they don't want people coming there.
Especially if they recognize the building.
Yeah.
That's when people like. That's basically how like the scene in Toronto started, right? Like, one guy got in this building, and then
Everybody
same
started doing it.
follows, right?
I wanted to get into it too, but like, man, I just have a scared of heights. I don't like I don't like being up high,
Mhm.
and
That's one
so I
thing
never
I've-
got into it.
That's one of the reasons why I've tried it too, because I didn't know if I was like scared of heights or not.
Yeah.
But
So were you scared of heights?
I wasn't scared, but I can tell that my arms, my hands was like sweating and all that stuff. So
So
I
it's
don't know
like,
if
it's like a
it-
low key fear.
yeah, it was like a low key fear. I wasn't like scared, but like I noticed like that I'm sweating and all that stuff. That's when I realized, I'm like, yeah, you know what?
It's probably
this
like a
isn't for me.
combination of like, oh, I shouldn't be here, and like the height is just a bad mixture of everything.
Yeah, it's a mix of everything, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. But if you were to look at yourself, maybe like 5 years ago, right, before high
Yeah.
school, or I would say 5 years ago is what, like just grade
We would
10,
have been grade 9.
grade 9.
That's grade 9, yeah.
Grade 9.
If you were to look at yourself, if you were to look at your grade 9 self, and give him like one tip, what would you give him? Grade 9
Like-
Ariel.
Like generally?
Yeah, just any. You can say any tips you
Anything
want to.
specific,
to your
general,
grade
whatever,
9
whatever
era.
you feel like is appropriate.
I wish. Oh wait.
Is there anything you would have
You can
changed
take your time. You
maybe?
can take your time. It's all good. Yeah.
One thing I wish I was like more social back then, because that's the only thing that I struggled with before. Because you know how like I've always been a silent kid when I was in grade 9. Because I don't know if you guys know, but I moved here in Canada, grade 9. So basically,
Oh,
I was culture shocked and all that, and I was silent. I was like really insecure with all my accent and all that stuff.
Yeah.
My grammar, like I think people would judge me whenever I talk and all that stuff. So yeah, that's one thing I wish I was more social and like didn't care that like people would judge my accent and all that.
So
Yeah.
what part of the Philippines are you from?
I'm from Baguio. It's like a northern part of Philippines.
Oh,
I only know one city in the Philippines. I think it's the capital, Manila.
Yeah, Manila.
That's
yeah.
the only place I know. I have a friend who's from the Philippines too.
Manila's a nice place, right?
It is a nice place.
It's the capital, right?
Yeah, it's the capital. I'm like 7 hours away from that though.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's a bunch of islands, right?
It's a bunch of islands, but where I live, it's like the same island as Manila.
7 hours, damn.
It's 7 hours because it's traffic and like you know how like the Philippines is small
Yeah.
and they're known for like brutal traffic. Like if you think Toronto's bad,
Oh,
Like
yeah.
try going there, you have to sit like an hour or two for 2 kilometers.
Insane, right?
So what's like the main mode of transportation then? Like you say, avoid traffic. So do people walk, bike?
Most people use Jeeps. I don't know if you guys have seen one. Like Philippine Jeeps are sick. It's like no windows, no everything. Like
Yeah.
Dang.
it's scary to ride it for like tourists and stuff. But that's our way of transportation. We don't have like we do have buses and all that stuff, but that's more of like the majority of the transportation for us.
So you said you came here in grade 9, right?
Grade 9, yes.
Damn, would you say that's like, would you have liked to come earlier if possible, or do you think it was just a good time?
I wish I did, because I would have met like more people and stuff. But yeah, I'm not regretting anything.
So how come you came to Canada? Like what?
Yeah,
how
what
come
made you come to Canada?
What made you come here?
I know my mom like don't know this, but I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go because like grade 9, that's when like you start like having your friend group and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, I used to like hang out with all my childhood friends, right? And that's when we built the bond, like around that time when I was leaving. So that's partly the reason why I got like really like homesick during grade 9. Like I didn't want to talk to anyone because I really didn't want to be here at one point. But then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be here anyways.
You're leaving all your boys behind, you know?
Yeah, that's one thing
that sucks. That's terrible.
But the reason why I got here, because my mom basically works here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have her like every time in the Philippines. Like she only visits like every 2 months in a year.
Oh, so she was already living here before you came?
Yeah, she was already
Oh, okay.
here since like I think when I was even like 4 years old or something. I can't remember, but
Oh, so you didn't
it's been a long time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
So what was she doing? Like what was she working?
she works at a retirement home right now.
Okay, so she pretty much came here to give you guys like a better life. Then.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
You know how like every like immigrant like
Yeah, that's every immigrant
That's same
story.
for me too, man.
Here for a better life.
Because I came here when I was in grade 5.
yeah.
And that was just because like the education system in Korea is very like corrupt, and you know a lot of people like commit suicide. Like more people commit suicide than they graduate like university. It's fucking insane.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So, and like it's so corrupt there. So like my parents like they wanted to like give me like a better education, so that's why I
Yeah.
came here. You know. So I feel the same as probably for you too.
That's partly one too, and also like safety, right? Philippines, like I've always been independent when I was there, because I grew up with like I basically grew up like, what do you call that one? I grew up quick. I learned how to like be independent by myself quick. So like walking around the streets with like, you know how like you're a 12-year-old boy, right? Walking the streets. Obviously people are gonna take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And like your safety is the main part of why like I probably moved to, because in the Philippines like there's a lot of like kidnapping and hold-upping all that has been happening there too. Because I remember when I was a kid, I got into a knife point at one point. Yeah, and it's a crazy story, because every time I buy a wallet, that happens to me. Like someone points a fucking knife and just like, you know what, yo, hand me your like whatever stuff you got, right?
So it's happened to you more than once?
It happened twice, I think.
And they were both
Insane.
while you were buying wallets, right?
No, it's like both every time I have like a new wallet.
Or when you have a
I
nice
just
wallet.
got it too.
Oh, okay.
So like,
So what? How old were you when this happened?
I think I was 12 years old.
So that's
Oh
like
no,
grade 6.
13 years old. when
Damn.
this happened.
Like somebody pulled a knife on you. They're like, yo, give me your
Yeah.
wallet, give me cash.
Yeah, like you can't even walk around with just you like eyeing on people. I think that's one thing I got like, that's one thing I got here too, because I've noticed like how Oakville's really like safe compared to like where I used to live, because I could just like leave my bag and not worry about like people
100%.
grabbing it and all that stuff.
Is this just where you're from? Like you said, Baguio, right?
Yeah, bag.
Is that is crime like just more like, you know, just more frequent in Baguio, or is it like also like all Philippines?
Probably like the whole Philippines, but like I didn't really I wasn't really like, I guess, aware, because I was just a kid back then,
Oh, yeah.
right? So I had no idea what was happening. But yeah, that's one thing I've realized when I came here. Like, it's way more safer here than
I
there.
know, it's crazy. So when you're in the Philippines, like, did you learn like self-defense? Because I know you're into like UFC and stuff.
Oh yeah. In the Philippines we have basically like for a gym, they teach us like for a gym class they teach us like I don't know if you know arnis. It's like a wooden thing. It's like fencing, but it's more like a just a wooden stick. You guys should like get into it. It's really
Is it like
sick.
kendo kind of?
Huh?
Is it kind of like kendo? Do you know what that is?
No,
It's
actually-
also
It's
like
like the Japanese version of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
yeah.
also
So
used, like,
basically
one
a
sword.
stick sword that they teach and all that stuff. But what was the question again?
Or like, did you learn any like self-defense?
Like martial arts or anything.
No, I wasn't into it back then. I only got into it recently when I like you know how like the Conor McGregor wife. That started it for me, bro.
Like,
It's always
Greg-
that
I'm
one
gonna be
video.
honest, like that started it for me. Like I used to watch it like casually, but that's when I got into like MMA and all that stuff. I'm like, you know what? Like this is really sick.
It's usually like someone watches like a video or like some kind of thing that gets like it gives you like that fire to do. Like for me it was like I did taekwondo and I was watching the Olympics once in like 2008. So I'm like, oh, I want to do that. Like that's so cool. They're doing like these spinning kicks and stuff. So that's how I got into it.
Do you know Conor McGregor? He called out Manny Pacquiao on Twitter. He's like,
Really?
to fight, yeah, at 170.
mean-
What do you think about that?
I want it to happen, but at the same time, like Manny Pacquiao is too old already to fight.
He's in his 40s
Still-
now, right?
But still,
He's in his 40s.
Manny Pacquiao, man. Like, yo, I'm like,
If okay,
did you see the fight between him and Mayweather?
yeah,
Obviously,
It's
Pacquiao
boring.
won that.
yeah.
I think obviously Pacquiao won that.
No, like in my opinion, like the audience view, obviously like Pacquiao won that because Mayweather wasn't really throwing any punches and all.
Fool's
that
running,
stuff,
man.
right? Yeah, but that's his style. Like yeah, like at the end of the day, like that's how he was like famous for, right? That's why he's like undefeated. He's really good at defense.
He doesn't want to scrap with
Yeah,
Mayweather.
so like
Or,
when it comes to like numbers, I think he won.
you think Mayweather won?
Yeah, I think Mayweather won, bro. As much as I love like Manny Pacquiao, I think he won that.
You
time.
gotta support your boy though, man. That's crazy though. But like, if they were to fight, if Conor and Pacquiao was supposed to fight, who do you think would win in a fight? In
Okay.
boxing?
Boxing?
Yeah, boxing.
Okay, Pacquiao's gonna take that for
Pacquiao's
sure.
gonna whoop him, no?
Yeah, cause you know what happened to like he got gassed out right away when they like Conor McGregor and
Yeah.
Mayweather fight,
Yeah.
right? Imagine if
Right away.
like Pacquiao speed.
And
Go
Pacquiao plays
again.
offense too, right?
Yeah, so like
so Conor McGregor would get gassed way faster.
it would have been like it's gonna be a good fight for sure. That's something I want to see before I die, right? That's one of the Hall of Famer fights that everyone's looking up to. Hopefully that happens though, cause
Yeah.
How
a
recent?
big fan of both.
How recent is this? The Pacquiao and Mayweather thing?
So what happened was Pacquiao wished McGregor a happy birthday on Twitter, and then Conor McGregor he replied, he's like, "Thank you, Manny," and then he said, "Thank you, Manny, comma 170," which like it means like 170 weight class.
Oh, okay.
So he low-key called him out kind of.
So nothing's really happened after that.
I don't think it's gonna
So
happen,
the fight
but,
might not happen then.
but he doesn't want it with Manny, bro. Like yo, I watched like, cause I'm a kickboxer.
Yeah.
And I study a lot of like films and stuff, and like one of the fighters I really do look up to is Pacquiao,
Yeah.
cause you know I just really love his style. Like he's a very volume puncher. He's so
really,
quick,
like yeah, he's quick.
and he's an amazing boxer. So I look up to him a lot. But so yeah, you know I try to like adapt his style, like when I learn how to fight and stuff. But yeah, Conor McGregor's definitely like
Yeah.
my favorite.
Do you
one of
still
my-
do it like? I remember you used to like amateurly fight. Do you
I
still
used
do
to.
that?
So it wasn't really, it wasn't professional. So I guess you would consider like
Okay.
amateur.
Yeah.
But it's almost like at gym sparring sessions, but like it wasn't even amateur because it didn't go to my amateur record. Because I was too young to compete amateurly or professionally.
Okay.
But yeah, like I used to post like stuff on my Instagram, and be like knocking people out and stuff.
I want to get into it, but I feel like I need to have like a dedication for it to like.
It definitely takes time.
It takes time because
Yeah.
you have to be like in a really good condition to fight, right? You don't want to just like go there and like.
I mean, you can get into it and like the conditioning of the sport gets you into shape.
That's one thing too with me. Like I do it like as a habit. Like I try boxing as a cardio because I prefer that than running.
Yeah.
And but for me, like, I guess I'm really bad with cardio. Like I have like a really bad stamina when it comes to that. So I feel like I won't be able to fight anyone. Like I probably would last like a round, and like I'd be gassed out.
So rounds what? 3 minutes?
One round in boxing is 3 minutes. Yeah.
3 minutes, yeah.
3 minutes.
So
No, you could definitely go more than a round.
I could last like 30 minutes in a bag, like heavy bag.
Yeah.
That's what I do like almost every day. Like that's my cardio. So basically, I go hard on heavy bag for 30 minutes, and like around like the 5 minute point, I realize like that I get really gassed out at that one point.
That's the same
And
thing for
so,
me
yeah.
too. Like I do